Brought to you from the highest park in the world most livable city, the KiNK!
Hi everybody!
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Merry Christmas. You know, in these times it's always special to remember the meaning of a day like today, a day of Christmas. Oh, you just want toys, don't you? Yeah, well, it's not like I'm Oprah or anything, but if I did have the money, I'll give you Boost juices, huh? But not chocolate milkshakes. I had an addiction problem with them, so as my mother says, if I can't have it, then no one can have it. Have you heard about these new cars that will be coming out in the future that drive themselves? Yeah, like I'm going to trust that. My navman sent me to a street that doesn't exist. You know how girls today, compared to girls in the 50s, they wear more revealing clothes, like skimpier clothes? Well, does that mean that in the future, girls are just going to walk around totally naked? And how come guys' clothes haven't got skimpier? I want to show off my legs. Have you heard about this new Barbie that they're selling? The ugly Barbie? It's got acne, stretch marks. Yeah, apparently they modelled it on Oprah. I think that if your daughter likes this Barbie, then you should just give up on her, really. It can't be a good sign. And if your son likes it, well, there's a lot going on. Imagine the guy when he came up with the idea, you know, the meeting. Ugly? My God, you've done it. We should do it with everything. Introducing the new AMG Mercedes. Oh yes, and it's also available in an ugly. iPhone 6S, ugly. I'll probably buy that though. It'll be interesting to see how they made it look ugly. Like it comes with a cracked screen. The person who came up with the idea, I'll give him credit where it's due. It's definitely an original idea. Nobody else has tried that before. Yes, we all try to make things good. I do find it interesting. Like, I'd love to see ugly haircuts, clothes, cars. Oh no, I've already met Rove. Oh no, he didn't. I'm an emotional person, and it pisses me off. Have you seen Microsoft's new iPad thingy? Yeah, it does all this fancy crap. Hey, computer nerds, I just want to eat a double burger and watch TV, so shut the fuck up. And don't get me started on Christmas parties in November. Channel 31, it was too early. Ban Christmas in November. You can sign the petition later. Anyway, the other day I lost my keys out of my jacket pocket. I went out and I put them in my jacket pocket, they fell out. It's happened before. So now I have to put the things I use in my pants. If you know what I mean. Well, I don't want to lose my valuables. If you know what I mean. Well, there ain't going to be no valuables lost on tonight's episode. We have the usual. And a special guest from another dimension. Ooh. But firstly, let's check the mail for some kinky mail.
You've got mail. 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 You've got mail. Mail. You
Here's a letter from Jane from Knox. Hi Andy, I was wondering how I should park my car. I've noticed some people reverse park into spots and others just drive straight in. Why do people reverse park in? It makes it harder. I don't get it. Alright Jane, I recommend you should just rock up and put it in. It doesn't matter what way, whatever way you get it in, then is good. Oh, that's what she says. If you need advice or have something funny, message it to our Facebook page or send it to the email. We have to go to an ad break, but an interview with a Dimension Traveller is coming up, so make sure you stay watching. Welcome back. During the ad break, the network forgot to roll an ad, so we have to quickly roll it now, and then we can get back on with the show.
Now to the fake tan. Oh, I've run out. Some Doritos. Oh. Hi guys.
Hi, Sarah. Gee, your tan's looking great.
Well, thank you. I'm just gonna get a drink. I'll be back. Doritos, because they'll never know.
Well, it's good we got that sorted out. I don't know why the network keeps on leaving ads out, but anyway. Now it's time for some tales of literature. Cunning, resourcefulness, genuity, imagination, guile. Well, that was Brigette's Thesaurus, a very handy tool when it comes to the poetry game. Welcome to the show, viewers. I'm your host, Oscar Wilbert, and tonight we have with us Tina Tingbottom.
Tina? You have the name wrong. It's Holly.
Oh, sorry. My notes must have been incorrect. Well, Holly, it's great to have you on the show.
It's a pleasure. It's so nice to meet you.
Yes. I'm sure you've been waiting a long time to be on the show and get recognized for being exceptional in poetry, because we only have exceptional guests on our show in poetry.
Absolutely. That's why I just thought I'd bring my favorite book to show to everyone.
Oh, hold on.
And
I just want to tell the viewers,
Right?
I got some new boots today. If you have a look, with them Italian made. Very nice boots.
Oh.
Okay, continue.
Well, I just wanted to show everybody my source of inspiration is Barbie, and ever since I was a child, I've been reading her books, and they're just very short stories, and that's where I get my ideas from. Look at it, it's just very simple. The illustrations in the pages are so colorful, and every time I come up with an idea, I'm just thinking of Barbie. See all these little figmented characters, and then inside the booklet there's a story about Skipper where she loses.
All right. I've got it about Barbie. Thank you for telling me that.
Well, that's my pleasure. I just thought I'd, share my inspiration. She's one carrying a hell of a person, so I thought I'd introduce her to the rest of the population.
Yes, just hold on a second. Does she even write poetry? She does. But why she got Barbie then? Oh, okay. Alright, well, Tina here, is it Tina?
Holly! Get it
here.
right!
Holly here has some poetry of her own that she's going to read out. And so, we're going to hear that, but
before it, there's a special talent you have that you haven't told the viewers about, is there?
Our talent?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
well,
look what
I'm
we've
a
got
little
here.
unaware. Oh,
Look
what
at
is
this.
that?
This is a 1901 steam engine.
Well, would you look
Yes.
at that? My
and
old project.
Holly works on these.
Right. No, well, they say by day I am a mechanical engineer and I do work on some old framing, some old structuring, on some vehicles right here. But by night, I'm very, very much passionate about poultry.
This is such an amazing picture you've got here.
Well, thank you. That
Yes.
means a lot to me. It reaches me deep down in my soul. And by calling me Tina, that breaks it into two.
Yes, I'm sorry about that, Holly. Anyway, let's hear. She works on these railcar thingies. And I like these boots I got.
Well,
Very
enough
nice
about your boots because mine tops yours any day. So continuing on,
What tops mine?
my boots, my lovely leather boots. They're quite genuine, very
I beg
authentic.
to differ.
No, I can guarantee you mine is of top quality.
No, they're not.
They are.
Show me those boots.
See, very nicely ruched is what they call it around here,
Okay.
where I can flexibly flex my
So that's not a leather
toes.
sole, is it? It's a rubber
It's-
sole.
It's
rubber.
Oh,
yes.
I wouldn't know about
Rubber's
the
a
sole.
cheaper quality.
Right.
Okay, and okay. Oh, yes, elastic. Yeah, that'll be right. It doesn't have proper equestrial thing. Well, yes. You know, they're nice for the category that they're in. They're good.
And the category is for everyday wear. That's
Well-
why they're the
well,
best.
for cheapness, yeah. Cheap
Well, thank you, sir, for being so considerate.
Well, you brought it up by having a go at my boots.
I was not having a go. I was just telling you.
Oscar Wilbert doesn't buy new boots that often. And when he does, he buys the best.
Well, my apologies, sir. But mine are still the best.
Okay, well look, read that little thing that you got to read.
Oh, you mean my little poem?
Yeah.
Or did you want me to read from my inspirational booklet? I think it's really resourceful.
No, it's alright, I'll take the Barbie one.
Oh, no, but it's
Yeah.
fine. Oh, alright.
Okay, well, we've got a furnace I can use it for.
Oh, okay. Well, you want to read one of my pieces?
Yes, I'll read it.
I'll read it.
See,
Alright.
other people can write poetry, but I can write and read.
The man says it himself.
Alright. Holly, Holly is my name. Golly, golly is my temperance, because I spilled the food that didn't land in my mouth. The food went all over my chest, and then I fell into a deep sequestral thunder of aching elbows. Yes, the nerves had gotten hold of me, and I couldn't eat the meal correctly, while the people glistened with their eyes and watched. Oh no, I must learn how to eat before the emperor comes in. For when the emperor comes in, I will be judged by all. Golly, golly, golly is the sound of the emperor. Holy, holy, holy rang the church bells in the distance. Well, that was a piece out of a long piece that you'd written that was titled "The Emperor Eats." So that was just a small chapter out of that, and that was unbelievably epic.
Thank you.
Can I keep that, Holly?
Oh, please. You're more than welcome. You can
Well,
quite
thank you,
pronounce
because it's
it.
quite a lovely book.
Right.
Yes, it's you know, we only have the best shows on this thing. Oh, what's that? I'll just answer it. Hello?
Hello, sir?
No, sorry, wrong number.
Electricity?
Okay, well, that's all we've got time for tonight. So thanks for having us, Holly.
Thank you for having me. Please. It's very nice to meet you once again. I'm a real big fan of your work.
You don't need to shake the hand like that. Okay. All right. Okay.
Sure.
I'll see you guys next week.
Well, now let's head to the news desk and find out what's going on.
A melting man's house was robbed.
What's going on in your city? What's going on in the world? Otherwise, they'll ramp you down to the ground.
Scientists in New York have built a special time machine that can actually speed up time by 3 times. Clocks placed within this machine actually register 3 times the amount of time passed than clocks outside of the machine, and all different types of clocks were used, digital and analog, etc. And they actually came out of the machine looking aged. It is a special force field electromagnetic thing that occurs, and it has really excited the science community.
Could this ultimately lead, in your opinion, to real-time travel? And by that I mean I hop in a chair surrounded by this field that you now have under control in some years, and I can actually go to 3 years away, 3 years hence. I'll pop out on the other side, and I'll be 3 years in the future.
I think eventually it will be seriously possible. There's no reason why it wouldn't be possible. However, I think in the next 4 or 5 years, the applications that will be seen will be more using time-controlled fields to accelerate research, medical, using a time warp field to slow down disease progression or for disease treatment.
Sure.
Is probably the hottest area that we have attention and are doing research on right now.
Okay, fine. But you're not ruling out what I just said.
I am not ruling out what you just said. There's no matter of fact, if any of us, it's kind of for us, it's the holy grail of space-time physics to be able to actually jump into a field and
Okay,
see
doctor.
your way into the future.
Okay, doctor.
We have to go to an ad break, but make sure you stay watching because there's a special interview coming up with someone from another dimension. Ooh. Welcome back. Well, earlier this week when we found out about the time travel story, we thought if time travel does exist, then in the future when technology is more advanced and they have developed time travel, then they would travel into the past to today. So there should be some people around us today that are from the future, right, that have travelled here. So we put the word out there and wanted to see if we could find someone who could come on the show who's from the future. Well, we got some people call in, and some of them were prank calls and a bit wacky. But we had an interesting fellow call us, and he actually isn't from the future, he's from another dimension. And so, well, here he is. So, welcome to the show, Rob. Hello, yes. Well, I'm not a time traveller, but I'm from another dimension that's a little bit different to yours. Well, now listen, I think that may be virtually the same thing. So you claim to be from another dimension? Yes, Senator. Hold on. I'm not a senator. Your dimension machine hasn't misfired or something, has it? No. Well, I don't know. I mean, there's no other way someone would randomly say, yes, Senator. Well, the actual dimension I'm from, you are the Senator for Victoria. Wow, really? Yes. Senator Andy Nolch. Well, that has a bit of a ring to it. Yes, it does. Well, basically in my dimension, over in America, the South won the Civil War. Okay, so the South won the Civil War. Yes. At the first Battle of Bull Run, the South won the Civil War, and our dimension split, and we continued on until today. Okay, so in this dimension, the North over in America won the Civil War. Yes, they did. And in the dimension I'm from, the South won the Civil War and ended up taking all of Canada and most of Mexico. So in my dimension, the USA consists of most of the North American continent. Okay, well, besides the Civil War and me being a senator, what are the differences between your dimension and my dimension, and are you in both dimensions as well? Good question. Basically, our two dimensions are very similar. There's some political differences. Hollywood for you is in San Diego for us, and some accent changes, but overall it's not too different. Would you like a cup of tea? Yes. Well, if I came into your dimension, would I be able to tell that it's not my dimension? Well, you would eventually, but at first you'll get quite confused because you'd see that some things are different and you'd think you're going crazy or something. Yeah, I mean, some people accidentally slip into other dimensions, and now scientists haven't discovered why or how, but they actually go into other dimensions that are very similar, and they see things and they get really confused and they think they're going crazy. I mean, some people, they are actually crazy, but some people, they aren't. They just slipped into another dimension and they really think they're going crazy. Well, how did you get into this dimension? Well, this is one of the main differences between your dimension and mine, Senator. Oh, I'm not a senator, remember? Sorry, Andy. So in my dimension, our technology is a lot more advanced, and our scientists were able to open up wormholes and get people to travel into other dimensions. But it hasn't been fully perfected. It still is a bit dangerous. So with this technology, you've been able to come into this dimension, and there was no time travel at all. Like, what I'm asking is, can we actually time travel? No, there's no difference in time at all. So in this dimension and in my dimension, it's the exact same time. Our scientists believe that time travel is definitely possible, but we haven't fully developed the technology for it yet. So what brings you into our dimension? Are you like on a holiday or something? Well, I'm working. Sorry, I just spilt my tea bag. Well, I'm working actually. My job is to go into other dimensions and see if there's information worth taking back to mine. There's more dimensions? Yes, as far as our scientists have investigated, there seems to be hundreds of other dimensions, and so far we've investigated 55 of them. Wow! Scientists in this dimension are saying there's probably about 10, and you're saying that there's possibly hundreds? That's a huge difference. Yeah, science is forever changing. That's what's a bit slow about your dimension. You're just a bit behind. Like, we've already built bases on the moon and sent men to Mars and stuff like that. But the main thing I do is I see if there's knowledge in other dimensions to bring back into my own dimension to help our scientists and stuff like that. So what do you think of this dimension? Is it any good? This one is dangerous. There are lots of similarities, but a main one is your governments are just so corrupt. Tell me about it. There are so many things that your governments are doing that the people just don't know about, like putting chemicals in the water and stuff like that. Like, it's actually dangerous me being here. So what are the other dimensions like? Well, some are a lot better and some are pretty bad. Like, one of them we visited where the Nazis had won World War II, and we saw SWAT stickers in Melbourne streets and stuff like that, and so it was pretty bad. Yeah, that couldn't be good. Oh, I've got to get going. I can't be on for much longer. Okay. Well, I think I've asked you all that I was gonna... Rob? You there? Okay, it looks like we've lost Rob. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's show. If you missed out on this episode, which is pretty weird because you're watching it now, you can always YouTube search the KiNK TV Show, and all our episodes are there. And until next week's episode, take care of yourself and do what you want to do. Merry Christmas in this dimension.